Good day, August, hot, but we had rain last night. So that was a very nice break in the heat bubble that has been around us. What I was thinking about today in Wim Hof breath work was the question of when am I good enough to actually love myself? I notice that when I am observing and supervising myself, when I am going through the checklist of how am I doing, one of the things I notice is that the striving comes in and replaces acceptance. The thing I'm working on the most right now is to be in a place where I trust that I am going to get there. I trust that with the repeated actions I'm taking, that I am going to be in a place where I'm strong and healthy and helpful and learning, instead of constantly letting the ego come in. I watched a Japanese meditation demonstration where the master was coming around and whacking people with a stick. You know, you're not sitting up straight enough, put your shoulders, and I thought as I'm watching it, oh my God, that's me and my ego. It's going like, yeah, I know you're trying, but you're not there. It's not good enough. And so this hamster ball is what I call it. It's a hamster ball. Have you ever watched a hamster in a ball? It round and round and round it goes. And pretty soon there starts to be the poop rain coming down on the hamster. What created that poop rain? The hamster did. What created the judgment and the negative thoughts and the lack of self-acceptance? I do. It's nothing outside of me that has that happening. But one of the things that I do know from my Buddhist practice is I have to make room for that. I have to make room for the fact that I'm still judging myself and I'm still saying not good enough. So here I am walking down my path, doing the habits, the atomic habits I built. And the ego comes in and says, oh yeah, you did that, and you did that, and you did that, and you did that. But what about that? And so it's like having a really horrible boss. You know, at the end of the week, you get a performance report, and it's always bad. It's always not good enough. It's always not there yet. And the difficulty with being human is that this is how our brains work. Our ego works to protect us. It wants to keep us safe. How can we be safe? We can be safe when we're perfect. You know, there will be no chink in your armor. There will be no weakness. Your body will be fit and strong. Your spirit will be vibrant and high vibration. You will learn. You will grow. You will create the garden. You will blah, 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 blah. And so it is just continual ego finding fault that goes on in our minds. Now, what some people do with that, and it works for them, is they distract themselves. They get into addiction. Anytime I feel I'm not good enough, I used to work hard. Got to work harder. Got to get that voice quiet. Got to outrun that voice. Some people turn to alcohol and they go, oh, okay, now I feel more relaxed and my Zen master isn't swacking me across the back with a rod. And some people get into a place where it's like a Greek play. I'm just blinding myself. I'm not going to see the foibles I have, or the weaknesses I have, or the promises that I've made to myself that I'm breaking. I'm just not going to see it. And so when I'm coaching people like that, it's really interesting to me. I will ask a question about what's underneath that, or what are you afraid of, or what is the source of that trauma. And they will have difficulty answering because they haven't seen it. It's like somebody walking 10 miles with a thorn and a rock in their shoe. And they're just thinking, oh, the shoe's awful. Instead of thinking, no, there's something I am doing that is causing this irritation. There is something I am doing that is causing this pain or this criticism. I came up today with the image of, if you're walking and you feel a sharp pain in your foot, it's like being triggered. Somebody comes up to me who has patterns like my parents had, and I will be triggered. I will experience the sharp pain, and I say, they did it to me. Oh, my neighbor did this to me, or this person did this to me. When in fact, it is a sliver I already have in my foot. It is a pain I carry in my soul from my childhood, from my past. And if we are wise with ourselves, which is difficult, it's difficult. Instead of beating the crap out of ourselves, we just say, let me look at this sliver. Let me look at this pain. Let me look at this wound. Can I be in a place where I don't blame myself for feeling a sharp pain? I don't beat myself up for not creating a system of self-trust by breaking my promises to myself. I simply turn my foot, look at the sole very carefully, the sole, and I remove the sliver. So that was something I was really thinking about today. How do we get into a place where we accept ourselves as we are? We love ourselves as we are, and yet gently, with great affection, require more. Reward that extra bit. I've seen this video over and over again on TikTok. If you spend 20 minutes a day getting better at something, you will be better than 90% of the people on the face of the earth. And that's a really good number, because you can sneak that in before your ego even has time to start beating the crap out of you. Oh, I'm going to write for 3 hours. That's going to fail. Yeah, that'll fail. So today I was very aware of the fact that we are going into just insane energy. It's going to be warp speed. There's going to be space debris hitting our hull. We're going to be watching things that just terrify us if we let it. Or we can turn inward and really start to focus on making ourselves secure. You're not there yet, but look at you. You did a little more. And look at the things you did accomplish. Look at the promises you did keep. That will settle you down that will ground you, that will bring up your vibration to a higher level. And that means you won't be carried away by the flood. You won't be carried away by the dam breaking. And that is, for me, because my mind works that way, is exactly what's going on. The dam is breaking. All of the things that we were not seeing, all of the systematic errors that we weren't aware of in the past are now going to appear. And we can make a choice to be terrified, or we can make a choice to go into the center of our being, to go into the safe space, to the nest, and really, really comfort ourselves. I love you. You're doing so well. Look at you. You are being courageous and focused, and you are taking care of your body. You are taking care of your spirit. You are being loving with other people. Bravo! So please focus on the good that you are creating in the world as you move through it. And it's the best protection against chaos that you can possibly have. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you are watching one of my videos for the first time, I invite you to subscribe. My goal is to be able to help people through this transition, to be able to be in a place where the things I say help them feel safer and calmer and shine their light out. And I say, as always, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. I appreciate you.